What's up? There's a man who needs some help.
I'm building the subframe for the Wet Sounds trailer.
Last week, my buddy Tim over at Wet Sounds came to us and said he needs a super unique promotional vehicle to showcase his audio equipment out in the wild. You guys could probably figure out how to build this trailer on your own.
Need something to pull it.
You want a truck now?
Something that matches a square body.
And the Muscle and I found the perfect vehicle, a 1989 K5 Blazer with a 12-valve Cummins.
There's a little bit of rust.
We had to tear the K5 Blazer completely apart, uncover and repair all the rust spots,
How far do you want to go on this?
inspect the motor and make sure it's getting enough fuel, and we bulletproofed the engine with new head gaskets and seals. Then we got to jump on rebuilding the suspension by grabbing stronger axles out of our storage lot,
That's the right one. This is exactly what we're looking for.
and we even made a matching axle for the trailer.
It took forever, but we finally have all the puzzle pieces to put the Blazer back together. We'll build the frame for the truck bed we're converting into a trailer so we can hook up the custom trailer axles we built to match the beefier axles we're putting on the Blazer. Then set the ride height on truck and trailer with a matching custom parallel four-link suspension system, King coilover shocks, and 40-inch tires wrapped around 24-inch wheels. Then we'll reinstall the freshened up 12-valve Cummins engine back into the upgraded Blazer chassis, refit the new painted Blazer body to the frame, add a new 70s style front clip, finish both the truck and the trailer off with some custom Sparks Motors touches, hook up the trailer, and go party.
I want to know if you're excited or not to see what we have.
Well, you know I've been waiting for this for a while.
Tim from Wet Sounds, he's coming in to check out the trailer for the K5 Blazer. Now, he's really the director of this project because he's the customer, so whatever he wants, that's what goes. We've definitely done a lot of stuff on this trailer that we have never done before.
Are you kidding me, man? That is ridiculous.
These links and the Panhard and the Kings all match the Blazer.
Awesome.
This is all custom framework. All this geometry matches the Blazer.
This is above and beyond. The trailer looks amazing. The suspension on it is insane. It's more than we were expecting. Guys,
I don't like hearing that.
we've got a problem.
What are you seeing? What?
Well, when we built this bed before we shipped it, y'all, we pre-built the ports for the woofers. So all of that base fires straight down.
Yeah?
And right now, your amazing shock mounts and frame parts are right where the sub ports are. So I'm afraid all of that base is gonna bounce right off of that frame rail.
So sound quality is gonna suck.
I can get rid of that cross member. Would that be enough? Or
I'm
is that still
actually
not enough?
thinking the cross member is probably the least of the issues. It's more of this mount right here. I don't know if there's a way that we can move it a little closer to the wheel.
If we have to completely redo the trailer to be able to fix the suspension geometry, just flat out, it's not gonna work. Like, we're gonna be out of time and we're not gonna be able to deliver on time. We might be screwed. The Blazer build that we're doing for Tim over at Wet Sounds, man, that thing ended up going way further than anybody ever anticipated, meaning we tore it down to the last nut and bolt to be able to make sure that it was built correctly.
Everything's looking good now.
Amigo,
Got this all tied
¿estamos
up.
listos o no?
Okay.
Yeah? What's up, bro? Are we there?
We're there, man. Everything's sealed up.
All right, so we're ready to fire then?
Yep.
Ready to
That's
fire
right.
up.
Anytime you put an engine back together and back in a vehicle and you go to start it, it's always that nerve-wracking moment of, is this gonna start? Did everything get put back the way it was supposed to? We don't have time if it doesn't start. We don't have any time to diagnose anything further. It's gotta run. Ready?
I'm ready.
Now you be prepared for it to run away or anything?
Nah, hit it.
I hear that old engine kicking over and then bam. That's pretty smooth. Instantly starts right up, which is awesome because 12 valves, even when they run really good, they have a tendency to kind of be rough starters. It has a fuel pump that basically has to build up enough pressure before it can inject the fuel that it needs to be able to start. So the fact that it started this well, I'm pretty excited about that.
Give us a little steer.
When we first got this Blazer, the steering was completely gone.
What's leaking? Looks like power steering.
It's probably gonna need just a few components.
Now, my guys got the steering fixed, got a new pump in there, and the steering is butter. Sounds great.
Fires up. Yeah, that's good to hear.
About the smoothest 12-valve start you can get.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Getting the engine back in the Blazer and getting it started is really only half the battle. Now we have to get this thing assembled and make it look nice. The next step is getting all the speakers and stuff up and running, right?
Right. Let's get it. Dream team.
Good job. I
Heck
like
yeah.
it. We're finally close to the finish line on the K5 Blazer build. We got the body sitting back on the chassis. We did a soft top. After that, we installed all the audio components, and then we did something a little special. All that's left to do is head down to Vegas and reveal it to our buddy Tim at Wet Sounds.
Diesel Dave, you got me in the desert.
Can you think of a better place
Well,
to show your K5?
I thought you were joking when you said meet me in the desert.
No, I never joke
All
about
right.
meeting in the desert. All
All right.
right, man, you ready to have your mind blown and your eardrums blown?
I'm ready to see it.
Hey, Heavy D, drop the bass.
Wow.
You hear that? He's feeling
It was so cool watching that trailer and K5 Blazer roll up that mountain road and just handle the suspension.
How sick is that? You have a mobile concert.
That is insane. Dude, seriously, man.
Dude,
That is crazy.
bro,
Ah, man, that is insane.
how about
dude.
that, man?
I tell you what, y'all, it's a whole other level.
On this build, we started with an old square body truck bed that Tim brought us. So we went out and found a matching 1989 K5 Blazer because it matches the body lines on the truck bed that he brought us. So we basically had to strip it down to the bare metal to be able to mitigate the rust problems. Then we freshened up the 12-valve Cummins engine by doing head studs, new head gaskets. We ended up taking the 1980s front end on the Blazer back in time a little bit, converted it over to a 70s style front end.
Then you look at the stance, dude. Look at the way this thing sits. It sits like a box.
It's so short but wide.
Yeah.
It's like a bulldog.
Built like you, dude.
Yeah.
If you look underneath here, this is no Mickey Mouse bolt-on suspension system. So you've got a full-blown 4-link coilover setup front, rear, and on the trailer. And the cool thing about that is we've got the King coilover shocks. You truly could go rock crawling in some of the gnarliest places in Moab with this setup, and it would do just fine.
We finished beefing up the Blazer by adding some 40-inch mud tires on some 24-inch American Force wheels. These wheels have something very special.
This is my favorite part of the build.
Dude.
This is hand dremeled by my buddy Billy Luber.
It's so unique.
To build a matching trailer, it doesn't seem like a big deal. But when you start talking about matching like the suspension and all the geometry and everything has to ride perfectly in line, dude, there's some work that went into this thing.
We took that old square body truck bed and turned it into like the most insane, over-the-top mobile DJ booth that you've ever seen.
Full 4-link, matches your, truck suspension, identical.
So when we take this thing up, the trailer's...
Like, the trailer will handle just as well as the truck does.
Last time I came out, when it was still kind of halfway through the fab, and we noticed there was an issue with the frame rails right in front of the sub, so...
Take a look, buddy.
Head in there.
Climb on under there.
Wow, he had to redo...
We cut the frame in half,
Everything.
spliced in a new section.
The fix they did was perfect. It really showcased the base and boxed in around those ports.
You could actually stick your head up in there and feel the bass.
I've seen him do it.
Haven't seen a really cool combo like this done before. So when we roll into a show, it's not just pulling into with a cool looking truck. It's pulling in with a whole outside concert system. We can go out there and be the life of the party, the center of the party, and get anywhere. They've knocked it out of the park, and it's just completely next level build. Hey guys,
Oh, brought the party.